For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach give us that order, prepare slaughter. For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach give us that order.
Crimes and things that have not been accounted for, right? Are you familiar with that? Okay. So do you believe that the people that were enslaved to the Germans, right, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, do you believe that they have gotten any type of justice or reparations since that, since those times have happened and passed?
So all that would come from within, right? So it would take. I mean, like you don't need to do anything for me to trust you, man. Trust that comes from me. You could do me a little dirty. Still, it depends on me about how I feel about what I am in the universe, right? What my universe is. So, okay. I mean, there ain't nothing anybody could do, ain't nothing anybody could say. It comes from peace within. So each man has to walk that journey. I couldn't answer that question for you.
But what I'm asking is, like, do you have these people? What I asked the first question was, have these people gotten justice, and how do you feel about them getting justice for the things that have happened and are actually still happening to this very day?
This is all I know. I can be a better person every day, right?
Okay.
And as long as I'm a better person, I change my universe.
So let me ask you, being a better person, what does that consist of?
What does that consist of?
Yeah, have you done anything for Black and Hispanic? To me, because when I look at it, you being a better person is actually doing something for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, since your forefathers, the people who have had these people.
I'm listening to you.
Hold on real quick.
All right, first and foremost, we give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God of Anaw Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. As you guys just seen, the brother is asking, this gentleman, whether or not he feels like justice has been served to so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians for all the wrong that has been done to them in this place we call America, in this place that everybody is so grateful to be a part of and to live in. And we often ask, white people, we ask, people outside of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian demographic, how do they feel about the crimes that were committed and what do they think should be done, especially in particular to white people. We ask them that question because they are reaping the benefits directly from what their ancestors have done. And oftentimes, if not every time, we hear them say little things like, oh, you guys should be educated. I don't think that this type of treatment should continue. But the question is, what should be done for it to rectify the situation, to remedy the situation? So I just looked it up. I was trying to figure out the terminology, the proper terminology that can be used to showcase when someone commits a crime, the repercussion that they want to fall on them is less than what is due or is less severe than the crime that they committed. But I stumbled upon something so much better. The way in which this great American society, this great American government establishes the different types of repercussions that they have for certain crimes committed. And they establish these different type of repercussions based off of the outcome that they're looking for. Of course, ultimately the outcome is for people not to do it, but they have different ways in which they go about trying to convince or compel people to, or the way in which they go about trying to prevent and stop these crimes, right? So this is what I'll come up with. It says, this isn't legal advice. It says you may want to consult with a lawyer about this question, but in criminology, right, the study of criminal behavior, study of crimes, the theory of deterrence. So this is what the idea is. They have all of these different type of repercussions set in place to deter people from committing crime. So it says the theory of deterrence is the idea that the threat of punishment will deter people from committing crimes. This is the whole purpose of remedy. And this also goes into the questions that we ask people as well. Not only are we trying to seek justice to make it right, but within justice being served, there has to be a precedent set. There has to be a standard that is set to prevent this from happening again in the future. We see this with a lot of people outside of our own community. You see this within the Jewish community, how they constantly bring up something and they have actions and repercussions that come upon people that threaten the idea of something like that happening to them again, or something like what they suffered, right? So in criminology, the study of crime, there is a such thing as deterrence. That's the whole purpose of the punishment, not only to rectify the situation of, of a resolve, to be even, to be equal, to establish justice, but within that, they have to establish something to a level that's going to prevent or deter people from doing it again. Watch this. Deterrence theory works on three key elements: certainty, celerity, and severity in incremental steps. Punishments can send a message to the public that if they break the law as well, right, meaning if they do the same thing, they will face similar negative consequences. And it's so funny because they use the word negative consequences. I was talking to my son the other day and I had to explain to him the difference between the negative consequence and also a positive consequence. The word consequence just simply means as a result of something. So, anything that you could do something good. As the scripture says, you reap what you sow, or a lot of times you hear growing up, the work you put in is the work you put out. If you put poor work in, the results or the consequences is a negative result. You're going to get poor response. If you put something positive in, genuine, honest, hard work, then you're going to receive all of the benefits and accolades that come with that, right? So it says punishment can send a message to the public, and this is what we want. We have an idea. We have a solution. We have a plan set in place as given to us by the Most High God, that what we're going to do in response to the wrong that was done to us is not only to establish justice and equality, right? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, XYZ. But we want to do it in a way that's going to set the tone, that's going to give the idea to the public that if they even think about trying to approach us and to have history repeat itself, it's going to be a problem, right? It says, again, punishments can send a message to the public that if they break the law as well, they will face similar negative consequences. These punishments can include imprisonment or fine. So that's just hey, if you don't want to lose out on money, or if you don't want to lose out on your freedom, it's probably best that you do not commit these crimes. Why? Because, again, if you don't want those things, this is what's going to happen, right? I want to say that is the certainty aspect of it. It says incapacitation is another theory of crime prevention, right? It assumes that the state has a duty to protect the public from future wrongs or harms, and that such protection can be afforded through some form of incarceration or incapacitation. So again, threatening you with your inability to go out and do XYZ. Again, incarceration, incapacitation, taking away your ability to go out and do XYZ. That might include, again, locking someone up. That might include house arrest. That might include certain facilities outside of like an actual prison that they are obligated to be in, XYZ. And then that goes into, a public health or a public safety thing where they're trying to prevent the wrongdoings to happen in the future. Whereas the consequence before, which was imprisonment or fines, is, hey, if you want to keep doing this, if you want to keep running red lights, if you keep wanting to evade taxes, if you keep wanting to roll stop signs, there's consequences that come with that. So if you want to keep doing it, just expect, that type of response. But then there's the aspect of rehabilitation, right? Which goes into means that an individual no longer even wants to commit the crime in question. So a lot of time that goes into imprisonment, right? You're supposed to go through the rehabilitation process. You don't like the fact that you've been locked up. You don't like the structure. You don't like the environment. You don't like the company of prison. And that's supposed to turn you so that, I don't want this to happen at all again. I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to do those things again. And this is, another aspect or another part of it. And when I'm thinking about it, I'm saying, man, we want an aspect of really all three, because there is a aspect of a fine, people having to monetarily compensate for the wrong that's been done, because there is a level of robbery that took place within our oppression and within the wrong that was done to us, right? Things were taken from us. So there's an aspect of monetary compensation for that. But then there's also the aspect of when we were subjugated and forced to work free labor. See, now there's an aspect also of monetary compensation. This type of stuff is important. But then when we get into, it says punishments that's going to send a message to the public. Oh, we definitely want to send a message to the public, because if the person that's been doing these things to us, Blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, at the hands of Caucasians, and we can recognize that the Caucasians built themselves up to be a superpower in the world, which means what? That they have gained a level of respect from the rest of the world. All of the other earthly powers, so-called Caucasians, have gained a level of respect by oppressing Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. So if they come down, then it could easily send a message to others outside of the Caucasian race to say, okay, well, maybe it's their turn. So in the punishment that we want to give to Caucasians, or that we feel like Caucasians deserve, yes, it has to send a message that not only do they get this type of repercussion, but guess what? Anybody else that tries to step up and do the same thing probably wouldn't even be met with the same level of success. But if at all they were, at some point in time, they got to expect the same thing to come to them as they saw come to the Caucasians. So that is a public message, right? That they'll face negative consequences. And again, those things can deal with levels of imprisonment, fines, monetary compensation, same thing the Caucasians face. Like I said, if other nations outside of them try to do the same thing. But then dealing with incapacitation, right? It says where the state has a duty to protect the public. And we definitely believe, and we definitely want to establish a standard of protection for our people. And there's so many scriptures that we can go into where no one wants to protect us, no one looks out for us, no one cares. Matter of fact, the people that are oppressing us, they kill us, and it says they hold themselves not guilty. So there is an aspect where we have to protect our own. Lamentations 4:17 says, we have looked for a nation that could not save us. The things that we are looking for, the things that we're hoping for from other people outside of ourselves is vanity. They have come to nothing. They have come to no avail. They have not worked for us. This is not something that we should continue doing. We have to look out for ourselves. And if we look out for ourselves and we go establish a level of justice and repercussion, we have to set this tone. We have to set the standard to say, listen, anybody that wants to approach us, it's going to get bad and it's going to get ugly for you. And that is supposed to be the deterrence, right? And then, of course, the rehabilitation, right? We got to put something out there in the world that make people think about it. To say, you know what, even if I did want to, I wouldn't dare, because I care about my life more. I care about my family life more. I care about trying to pursue something for myself to be better, and going the route of trying to do it the same way the Caucasian man did it. What would we know according to the Bible as the Edomites? I don't need to go that route. And if we had ever thought about it, my mind is now rehabilitated, and I don't even want to go that route. I no longer even want to have those thoughts. So I just thought that that was interesting when I looked this up, that these are the three categories and the three criteria that they go about deterring people from doing wrong. Fines, which again, they owe us monetarily for the robbery and for the free labor. Imprisonment, they definitely owe us that, because they definitely don't have what it takes monetarily to pay us back. So they're going to have to be in an imprisoned status, in an imprisoned level up under us, right? Or in subjection to us, which is what we call slavery, right? Servitude, where they're going to build up our walls. They're going to tend and dress our vineyards, right? And our fields. And they're going to be the working class, and they're going to cleave unto us as we once cleaved unto them, right? Servants and handmaids' possessions. That's Isaiah the 14th chapter, and plenty of other scriptures that speaks about how we're going to have authority over them. So that's the fines, that's the imprisonment, and then it says also the incapacitation, right? And understanding what that is, incapacitation is to deprive of the capacity or natural power, right? To disable. Okay, to make legally it says to make legally incapable or ineligible, right? So we don't ever want them to have the ability, this natural brute force and power and idea that most of the world has about them, which is where they get that level of respect. We want to take those things away. Because if they didn't have that level of respect, they wouldn't be able to go out and do the things that they do. A lot of times they get away with it because of the fear that people have of what they're going to do in return. So that's the level of fear that we have to institute. And it's just for the purpose of respect. We definitely don't say, oh, we're going to follow in the same footsteps. But the idea behind it and what it does to the mind, right? It's all for the purpose of deterring. And this is what the Most High is actually going to establish on behalf of the children of Israel, who we now know today as Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. What is it going to do? The Lord's going to do something so powerful. He's going to establish his power. And that's literally what he does. Romans, the 9th chapter, I believe is the 17th verse. He says, even for the same purpose is why he raised up Pharaoh, so that he can take Pharaoh down. He raised up Pharaoh to be such a superpower on the earth so that he could take Pharaoh down, so that he can then turn around and establish his name and his reputation throughout all the entire world. And everyone at that point will know, do not mess with the Most High God, and do not mess with the apple of his eye, which is his children, the children of Israel, now known today as they've been dispersed out of their land, disenfranchised from their land, disenfranchised from their heritage that the Most High gave them, and discontinue, as we read about in Jeremiah the 17th chapter and the 4th verse. We don't want to mess with these people. And everybody knew that. This is how we get the story of Rahab the harlot. They understood and they foreseen what God was doing to all the other lands that was around them. And when they got to that land, the land that the Most High was going to promise to the children of Israel, they said, listen, at least Rahab did. We've heard the things that you guys have been doing, and we don't want to receive the same. So what are we going to do? We're going to sit back. I'm going to help you subdue and subject this land. And I just want a level of pardoning in return. And guess what? Joshua allowed that and granted Rahab those things because there had not been that bad blood that had been built up. But in today's time, it's not going to be anybody that's going to be able to bargain with the judgment of the Lord, because there's things that have to be answered for. It's simple and plain. And I just, like I said, I thought that was interesting. I want to include this into that video so that we can have a clear understanding that even if we used their standards and even if we used their ways, the answers that they give us doesn't even fit the ways that they go out and approach and deal with the world. And this is why I always ask them, if it was you, empathize, sympathize, put yourself in my shoes. If you have not ever experienced this firsthand, put yourself in my shoes. What would you do? What would you want to be done? And I want everyone to always pay attention and listen to the bullshit that they tell us, because they will not do it. If anybody has seen the video when me and Chief Priest Alazar Bonloya, aka the Gorilla Hebrew, was in Miami, and I asked the white guy Mike or Michael, what would you do? He said, I don't know. Good thing his wife was there. All right, a beautiful soul, a so-called Puerto Rican sister from the tribe of Ephraim. I looked at her. She says, Michael knows exactly what he would do, because they're just not being honest with us, because they're lying. If they were ever able to be honest and tell us exactly what they would do and what they would want to be done, then they could not sit here and get mad at us to say that we want those things done to them for what they've done to us. But we also have to make sure that they're accountable. And even if they ain't going to do it, that's fine. At least we get it on tape. We get to see it. We get to see their bullshit. We get to see how they try to slick talk us. And they've been doing it for far too long, and we're not going to let up, man. So with that, we give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God. Yahweh is his name. We do so in the name of his only begotten Son, Mashiach Yahushua, and say shalom.
Since your forefathers, people who have done these crimes to our people, right? They're not here anymore, but you are. So to say that you can do something good, have you done any good for Black and Hispanics?
I'm listening to your voice today and your message today. I mean, are you and I any different? We're different skin color, but we're any different.
We are very much different, but we can get into that later. But yeah, so.
Nah, go with what he just said.
Okay, so.
So now what? Real quick. So you said you come up, you listen to us today, right?
Yeah.
Now what?
Now what?
Yeah.
Now, so maybe I leave a piece with you, you leave a piece with me, and we step on, and then we keep. My next interaction, I leave a piece, we gain a piece, you know. That's all we can do, right? What do you want?
What established the peace?
What established it?
We haven't even established justice yet.
What established the peace? The
Yeah.
inner peace, the inner self. Whatever. Listen, once I learned that I could put the gloves on, and put the gloves on, and when to do it, I could take them off, and I could let it all go. So it's hard for me to.
But you have a position to do that, and you said asking for an atonement, correct?
No. I said atonement.
Atonement.
Yeah, each man.
You said asking, or you're.
No, atonement for myself. I own what I've done, who I've been.
You own it, and then what? Don't you know to make an atonement for something something needs to happen? No.
You need to say it out loud.
No, that's not an atonement. Look up, bring up the definition of atonement. I hear what you're saying. Hold on, I hear what you're saying, and I even agree with you. I agree with you. But where we disagree is where you're trying to skip many steps and just jump straight to atonement.
I wouldn't say we disagree.
So that's why I'm asking you. I'm saying, coming up, talking to us, or listening to us, that's step one, right?
I suffer, brother. I ain't the normal guy out here. And I ain't gonna sit here and argue with you guys.
That's hold on.
But I'm telling you, I suffer.
We're not talking about we're not talking about that. We're talking about what you said and how we're going to be able to move forward and establish this peace that you said we both can walk away from this with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. We're going to move really slowly. We're not going to fast talk. We're not going to try to breeze through it. Like I said, I agree with you. Peace is the ultimate achievement. It's the ultimate goal. Atonement is a process in achieving this goal.
Is that one thing, one time? Is it a process of years? I mean, you do that, it's a personal thing. It might take you 2 years, it might take me 10.
Right.
You know what I mean? It may take you 15 minutes, it might take me 2 years.
Hold on. Right.
It might take me a minute.
Right. But the time frame is going to be based on the steps and the process that is fulfilled and accomplished.
That's what I'm gonna leave you with, brother.
Oh, now you're gonna leave me?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with. I'm gonna go back over here and listen.
I thought we were having a conversation.
We are,
but now
I'm
you're
not.
cutting me off and you're trying to just breeze through it.
No, I'm gonna leave you with this.
You're trying to hump and dump.
I've suffered, bro.
That doesn't establish
Suffer.
peace.
You wanna know the truth in anything? Suffer. Suffer outlast. I'll suffer the next man.
But I thought we were trying to establish peace. We was having a conversation. You said your way of doing so was coming up, listening. We able to dialogue. We able to move forward. I thought we was going to embark on this.
I say the conversation is gonna end well for me.
Why not?
Because I could tell. Because I'm listening, but you don't want to listen to me.
I've literally listened to you. I've acknowledged that I agree with you. And then when it's time for you to hold on. You said you've listened to me. Tell me what I've said. What's my position?
What's your position? I'm skipping atonement. I'm skipping steps. Why can't we skip steps right now?
Wait. I just said I don't want to skip steps.
But what do we need the steps for? We could do anything at any point, at any time.
Hold on.
So, I mean, I'm gonna walk away, guys. I appreciate y'all.
What the heck? This is one of the most dismissive, just disingenuous. This is why there's no peace. I could take the mic off. Hold on. I could turn the mic off. Hold on. Watch this. Have you ever been in a relationship before?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, right? You do understand in the experiences that you've went through in life that in a relationship, you cannot skip step. Skipping step is like sweeping things under the rug, leaving things unsaid. So if we have opportunity now to establish peace, why not take advantage of that? Why do we want to skip steps? That's a level of lack of accountability. Where's the fear? Hold on. Where's the fear that lies within you that makes you even want to skip the steps? We have two willing participants here.
Your steps may be different than mine because I've suffered or you've suffered.
How do we know if they're different if we haven't even laid them on the table?
When I say skipping steps, I'm not skipping steps. That's where I'm at in my life because I put in the work, brother.
Hold on. You said you put in the work.
When I use the word phrase skipping steps, you might get hung up.
I used the phrase skipping steps. You didn't.
Okay. I'm not. So
Remember, I'm the one that introduced it. So the concept of skipping steps is based on the way that I introduced it into the conversation.
Okay.
And I made a statement not to belittle you or not to shame you. Yeah. I'm saying I agreed, but the only way we're going to get to the place that me and you agree, peace and establishing atonement to achieve peace, we cannot skip steps. I feel like, from my perspective, you're skipping steps. Why is this? What's so hard with saying, well, what steps? Listen, which you did. And I said, well, let's get into the steps.
Listen to me. I got a shave.
And then you said, now you got to leave.
I got a hat like this. I look goofy. I walked right up to you, gentlemen, all right? I'm not skipping any steps. This is where I'm at in my life.
No. You took all the necessary steps to get here, but once you got, it's like this. Hold on. You went, you made it to the gym. You made it to the arena. You went to the locker room. You got dressed.
I'm in the game.
Hold on. Wait. You got there. You went all the way to the damn check-in clock, and you never went into the game.
Hey, this is as far as I want to go. Thank you guys.
Why?
Huh?
What are you afraid of?
I'm not brother. Ain't nothing. I ain't scared of nothing.
No. When I say afraid, meaning hesitant, I'm not trying to call you a bitch. I'm saying, what is stopping you? What's the interference? What is that? What is that resistance?
I'm gonna go back and process this conversation.
We haven't talked about anything.
Well, we're not getting anywhere. So
No. Because you're stifling it. We were on our way.
Let's go.
Thank you. What's your name? I'm Taz.
I'm Gerardo. Gerald.
Gerald. Okay. The steps to peace and atonement. You got the definition of atonement?
I got it.
Just so we have an understanding. Go ahead.
Right. So it's the Hebrew word, right? Kapar, right? Which means to cover, purge.
To cover, to purge, right? So the way we make atonements, we have to, if something is visible, right, or something is clear, we have to cover those things. There's a way in which we have to go and cover it. We have to purge these things. Keep reading.
It says to make reconciliation.
To make reconciliation. Isn't that we cannot have peace without reconciliation, correct? Do we agree? I just want to make sure we agree. We cannot establish peace without reconciliation. Go ahead.
It says, let me go down. It says to expiate or condone or to appease, right? Cleanse.
To expiate, to condone, or to appease, to cleanse. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. It says to disannul.
To disannul. Go ahead.
Forgive. Be merciful. To pardon.
To pardon.
Uh-huh.
How do we get to the point of pardoning someone, right? Let's take our American judicial system.
I'll tell you if you want the answer.
Okay, give us the answer.
I've already said it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I brought atonement to this. I appreciate you guys are going to go take care of my dog. Suffer, brother. Suffer long enough.
That's the answer?
That's the answer. Suffer, you understand?
I know that lady.
Here's my thing. You're operating selfishly.
Okay.
Right? It's supposed to be a two-party a situation, and you're acting alone. Because what you're doing is you came up with you said literally out of your own mouth for peace and atonement.
No, I didn't come up here for it. I've already atoned, brother.
No, you said you have already atoned.
Yeah.
But if the issue that we're putting on the table is one between me and you, how do we? I never said I don't think you have. My understanding that I got from when you said atonement was that us as a collective, for the purpose of peace, was atonement. So if you said you have atonement yourself, wouldn't you contribute to me and my atonement as well? Isn't that why you walked up?
I'm still standing here, brother.
So this is why we're trying to have a conversation. But every time we get somewhere, all I did was I read a definition, and then you was, I gotta go. You said I gotta shave.
Go take care of my own peace.
But what you said, but what you said was all you gonna do is go back over there and listen.
No, I'm gonna actually.
Now you're gonna leave. You know, you just told you said I'm gonna go back over there. I'm gonna just listen.
You said that, brother.
So what's the point of going over to listen when you can have a conversation with us and we can actually get somewhere and establish peace?
So this is this is my first step then, right?
First step. How many steps can I book you down for today?
Keep smiling, man. I'm gonna keep smiling actually till you get it, bro.
No, I got you. I'm saying if you got step one, how many can I pencil you in for today?
Hey,
one step.
I think this is big. Yeah, this is big for me. Thanks, man. I appreciate y'all.
It's big for you to come up and just listen, like you weren't able to do that before in life. This is like a breakthrough for you. You weren't able to stand in front of a bunch of niggers before and just listen, huh?
Why am I standing here then?
Listen, you standing here doesn't.
Him, I wouldn't be here.
So you say your father wouldn't stand here because he wouldn't dare stand in the face of a bunch of niggas.
No, I am.
And the answer you gave, Chuck, it was typical. I was expecting that from you.
Stand here with you.
With a bunch of niggas, right?
Yeah, with a bunch of niggers and a Mexican. I don't care.
That's just, man, but you know what? I'm going to face my fear today. And I got step one, right? That was cool? All right, man.
Bro, come on, man.
Hey, Gerald, you got to do better, man. You can't keep running. Don't waste your time fighting life, man.
Right.
All right?
For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach gives that order, prepare slaughter. For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, Waiting to put this work in. How much y'all give us that order?